Hello everyone, good morning. It's Connor 500 on Saturday morning. It's the busiest day of the week. It's a massively busy day today, but if you can just permit me for 1 minute to talk about a subject which I think is important to a channel like this, and it's not talked about enough, and that subject is gambling addiction, and it is serious and it's not talked about enough. If you're out there and you're feeling that it is getting a bit too much, and this is going to be a lot of people, okay, this is going to be a lot of you, you might feel alone, but don't you need to, and it's going to be very easy to feel ashamed about this, but it's something that's not talked about enough, and I think it needs to be more out in the open. If you're out there and if you're chasing money a lot, if you're stressed, if this is becoming a bit of too much of an emotional roller coaster with money that you quite frankly can't afford to lose, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Do you know what? There's going to be a lot of people out there on the internet. They're going to tell you this, they're going to tell you that, and they're going to tell you a lot of things but I promise you this: there is no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. There is no one that knows the gambling industry more than me, whether that's working as a cashier in the shops, whether that's professional punting, whether that's working in a trading office, dealing with clients personally. There's no one who knows it more than me. And let me be the one to tell you there is no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. There's no point trying to grind 10% out. There's no point trying to grind 10% of your return of investment out if you're going to spend 5 times as much of return on investment on chasing bets, having emotional nights. And I just want to say, I'm going to finish this here because I've said enough. But if you're feeling like you're too far in, there's no way out, you're never too far in. Tell someone, whether that's your parents, whether that's your wife, no matter how far deep in you think you are, it's never too late. It's never too late. And once you tell them, it's going to get better from there. It's Christmas coming up, and it's a fucking stressful time of year. The kids, they want everything. It's a stressful time of year. If it's time to jump off this roller coaster and you feel like it is, please let me be the one to tell you. Please let me be the one to tell you. Let's get into it today. And if you do feel like, because don't feel like you're going to miss out. Don't feel like, oh, I've got to keep gambling because if I miss out on the big one. So even if we do hit the big one, if you're suffering with a gambling addiction, you're only going to spend it 3 times as quick if you do win. Jump off the roller coaster now. Just jump off now. Do you know what I mean? Let's get straight into this Lucky 15 today, but I needed to say that because I've got a platform here and it would be irresponsible for me not to. We've got a Sky Bet 3-star £10 each way Lucky 15 today. It's a massively busy day. I'm going to be out punting, so I'm not going to be replying to comments today. The main Lucky 15, 115 Wincanton, Calyptra, 9-2. That's the best race of the day, absolutely best race of the day. You need that in your doubles, get that in every bet you can. We're moving on to Marshall Dan, 20-1 in the 125 at Doncaster. We're going on to Mr. Curiosity, 11-1 in the 240 Doncaster. If you're punting in shops today, these are 2 amazing races for shops, 240 and 125 for Betfred. Betfred especially. I'm going to talk a little bit about Del Mar in a minute. Give me a minute and I'll talk about Del Mar. And then we've got the last horse, Tarachi, 15-2 in the 310 Doncaster. That 310 Doncaster, it's going to be a race and horse where Bog's going to add quite a few percent. Don't be scared if it drifts, don't be scared if it shortens. In the long run, it's going to add a lot of profit to your margins. I've got that as a £10 each way Lucky 15 and 100 each way double, Calypta and Tarachi. We've got 2 that didn't make the cut. We've got Give It Some Teddy, 12-1 in the 345 Doncaster. And in the 155 Nace, it's a top race. It's an absolutely top race, but I weren't really 100% sure on that, so I thought I'd highlight it because maybe you are sure, maybe you see something I didn't, and stuff like that. But if you're a shop customer today, we've got 1 bet tonight on 8 rings. 8 rings in the 8.19 at Del Mar. It's drifted a little bit, and I do apologise for highlighting the 12s, to be honest, in advance because it weren't Bog. And to be honest with you, I maybe could have said hold off on that because it was never going to shorten too much from 12s at that point. So I do apologise. It's 16s and 20s now, which is an amazing price. I've already had 250 each way on that, so I can't have more. I can't hold up more but honestly, if I could get 16s or 20s each way, I'll be having a little bet on that again. If you're a Hills customer in shop, if you want a shop punt for tonight's Del Mar, Hills is what you want. If you've got a Hills near you, maybe it's a little bit further than your usual shop. Hills is what you want for Del Mar, and you want it on 4 races. These are, well, the 4 races are 8:15 at Del Mar. The 8:15. How can it be the 8:15? How can it be the 8:15? If there's the 8:19. Listen, I'm not going to do this video again because I've gone into too much. Hills Del Mar, you want the 10:20, the 11 o'clock, and the 11:40. I've made a slight mistake on this one, and I'm not going to do this video again because I need to get out punting. I'm just going to leave it at that. Whatever you do today, just be safe, be careful, and if it's time to jump off this ride, then it's time to jump off this ride. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, and tell someone. I tell you what, guys, I've seen everything in this game. I've seen absolutely everything, and by that I mean everything. And it doesn't take much to go from feeling like you're in a bit of a hole to feeling like I have seen everything in this game. And sometimes it's time to jump off the ride. Don't be ashamed. Have a good day, guys. Keep yourself safe. Keep yourself careful.